What up, it's your boy Nick Incredible Man, and yes, I am back at it again, and this is 911 Season 4, Episode 6, and I honestly don't even know where to start, man. A jinx, a firefighter impersonator, and just a whole lot of craziness. Let's get into it, man. Man, this episode was a little different this week, man, and I gotta say, it was very fun and enjoyable, but different. 911 normally comes in with the serious aspect, and 911 Lone Star hits with the comedy a little bit. But this episode came straight in with the comedy, and 911 knocked it out of the park, man. We're dealing with the crux of the jinx, which was hilarious throughout the entire episode. Every time they got ready to sit down to eat, there was another another call that they had to take, and they didn't get a chance to eat. They were busy non-stop. But also, we see that Eddie bumped into Miss Flores, Christopher's old teacher, and there's something going on with Eddie this episode. And we end up dealing with a rogue, well, not even a firefighter, a rogue person portraying to be a firefighter, and he was horrible at it. He wasn't even a good pretend firefighter. He sucked. But this episode was legit, man. Like, still, it was dealing with the comedy aspect, but it brought in some different seriousness as well, along with the stuff with Eddie and us seeing things take place with this dude that's pretending to be a firefighter. It had the comedy aspects with him, but like it was serious as well because he could have really hurt someone. This episode, we have a whole bunch of cases that we didn't really just dive into. We just kind of seen them take place throughout the entire episode. But the cases that we did deal with is the one with the wannabe rapper stuck to the billboard, which was stupid. Like, dude, that could have went wrong so many ways. And then we are dealing with the rogue firefighter guy. Now, that was two cases. We normally, I think, we'd have like two or three that we would deal with the entire show. But this week, you know, dealing with the jinx and everything, it went crazy, man. We see that Chimney, Buck, and Hen take it all kinds of serious. And Bobby, I guess he takes it serious, but like he kind of try to keep it at arm's length a little bit so he doesn't really just show that to his subordinates. I mean, because with him being in command and being the captain, he can't really just say, oh, well, yeah, I believe in the jinx too. But you could there are definitely times where Bobby was like, well, you know, hey, let's not tempt fate, okay? Let's call it what it is, okay? But at the same time, he's trying to keep, you know, everybody else in line because Buck, Hen, and Chimney are just off the rails with it, and Eddie doesn't believe in it at all. And even after everything that took place this entire episode, Eddie was like, nah, it's cool. I mean, stuff happens. But dude, you have to consider the possibility a little bit, man. With everything that transpired in this episode and in the course of today, we see multiple calls. We're dealing with this dude that's duct taped to a billboard, and this dude impersonating a firefighter, running around not committing crimes, but impersonating a firefighter is a crime within itself, but not helping the situation either. And then at the end, towards the end of the episode, he calls in a fake gas leak and causes a whole bunch of mass confusion there. Then he steals the 118's fire truck. This man caused all kind of mass problems this episode, and Eddie still didn't consider this a jinx day. Like, this was totally a jinx day. But Eddie had that connection with him as well, with him kind of saying that he always wanted to be a firefighter, he always wanted to help people, and that connection that he built with Eddie kind of also let Eddie kind of steer him in the right direction when he stole the fire truck to the actual 5-alarm fire where they needed to help and save other people. And then it seemed like he kind of got wrapped up in Athena, and it's like his next train of thought was like, I want to be a cop. So no, dude, you're going to jail. You caused damage. You stolen a firefighter truck. You impersonated a firefighter. You've done a lot of crimes and committed a lot of crimes. So there's no way you could be a firefighter or a cop or anything like that in the public service community. You are going to jail. But what I really enjoyed about this episode was Eddie, because we see that, not dealing with the jinx, everything else, because we see that Eddie, he's still mourning his wife. Well, I think ex-wife. Anyway, he's still mourning her, and he doesn't really want to pursue Miss Flores, even though he kind of has feelings for her a little bit, and she has feelings for him. He doesn't want to pursue her because he doesn't want to forget or move on from his ex-wife. But after the conversation he had with Bobby, we see that Bobby tells him, like, you don't have to stay in this place because it's not healthy, for one, but you don't ever have to forget her or move on from her. You know, well, not move on, but like forget who she was or not care for her, if you will, because that's still, it's still feelings, man. You can't just abandon that. You guys had a relationship, you have a son together, so you can't just completely forget about her, but you can't stay stuck in this place, in this rut, and not move on with your life. Bobby done that, and like you mentioned this episode, I love Athena and her kids, but that don't take away the love that I had from my family before they, they died. So you can have that love for your former family or someone that died and still move on with your life, because you shouldn't be miserable stuck in one place. And at the end of the episode, we see that Eddie is on a date with Miss Flores, and I feel like that's a huge step for Eddie, because we've seen him in this rut and he's been really struggling with everything, but now we can kind of see that he's trying to move forward a little bit, and I think that's really good for Eddie. Then we also deal with the Buck 3.0 stuff. Buck's in therapy with his parents, trying to work out some of his past issues. Like I said, this episode was legit, and we're dealing with all the comedy and aspect, and the 118 being trapped in their own fire truck by a light pole. Like, the comedy was on point this episode, man, but like, it wasn't like, what I'm saying, like, it was like ha 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 funny, like, where like there were some serious aspects to the comedy that was taking place in the series as well. And it was just it was a calm episode, but it was a nice episode nonetheless. And I feel like the highlight was Eddie being able to get over his past a little bit and move on, even if he doesn't continue to form a relationship with Miss Flores, which I see them working out. I think they make a nice couple, but for him to take that first step and move forward is something that I think Eddie has been on the verge of doing, but he never really just crossed that threshold. But now that he has, I can see Eddie shining, man, and I feel like it's a good thing for him to move on past that point. But that was this episode, and I gotta say, it was legit. I just loved it. It was funny, and I feel like it was cool to have 911 take a step back from all the seriousness that it deals with on a weekly basis. Anyway, I can't wait for episode 7, man. This is your Rick Incredible. Don't forget to smash the like button too. You can't smash it anymore. Comment down below, and I'll be sure to respond to each and every one of them and subscribe, but only if you really want to, man. Peace out.